Hey, DJ from Infinity TV. I have a question for Azurá and a question for Coach. I'll start with Azurá. Azurá, congratulations on recording your 2,000th career point. How does that feel having such a great game today and it being a full circle moment with that milestone?
Yeah, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for my teammates always setting me up, hitting me in the right spots, and I just knock down shots. But it's obviously a great accomplishment, so I'm proud of myself and more proud that we're on a roll and we got the win.
All-Star break, we talked about you creating a plan to figure out how to get some wins and string together some wins. How elated are you to be having this winning streak on the road after that All-Star break?
Is that for me, DJ?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're figuring it out, and I think for the last month we've been playing pretty well. I know we lost to Minnesota, we lost to New York, but we've been playing pretty well, and it's really good to have players back. I think Julie Van Loo has added a boost. She brings a lot of energy, and this Julie has done a tremendous job of just kind of leading the way. She played 32 minutes and she was plus 24 in those 32 minutes. That's elite. 8 rebounds, is that what I heard, or is there?
That was the stat, but we looked at it and she had 10.
She had 10 rebounds, big guard. But she's doing well. And then, KP was great tonight. She kind of put us on our back scoring. Rakia had a tougher night shooting. She's been playing, she's been shooting the ball really well, and that happens where you just, it's not your night shooting. I thought she was good defensively, but KP carried us. Dearica 8 for 9. Our big guys just keep showing up, and Julie is just kind of that calming force out there. But she was aggressive tonight. So all to say, I'm happy that we're figuring it out and we're starting to play a little more fluidly, and that just comes with continuity in our roster and continuity on the court and time together.
Thank you.
You bet.
Let's go to David on Zoom.
Hi, David Yapkowitz from Clutch Points. This one's for Azurá. As somebody who's obviously been on a championship team, winning teams, when you look at the way this team's been playing recently, what have you seen in terms of kind of establishing those winning habits? And then how much of it, how much does just continuity, having people healthy, regular rotation just kind of factor into that?
Yeah, I think our defense has been improving, and that's how you win championships, is defense. I think our offense has come along too, but defensively we've been able to withstand people's runs and get stops in crucial moments. So I think that's the biggest thing, and as that continues to go, that's going to be really huge for us. We got Ray back. Obviously, like Coach said, Julie Van Loo coming. We got Julie back. It's been great. It's been great having everybody come in and contribute. So I think the more we continue to play together, it's only going to be good for us.
Go ahead, Justin.
I have two, one for Coach and one for Julie also. Coach, Ray came in and made a pretty big defensive impact for you guys. What have you seen out of her on the defensive end, and how valuable is that to have that off the bench? And then I'll ask Julie after you're done.
Yeah, I thought Ray did a good job. She's so athletic, and I know I always say that, but that's her superpower. Is she's just long and bouncy and active, right? So I thought she did a good job, played with confidence. She didn't shoot the ball great, but that doesn't show, kind of the impact of the game. So it's great to have her. It's nice to have some depth where if someone's not, shooting it well, you have someone else to come in. It's a good thing, and Ray's coming along. She looks good, and you can tell she's in the flow now. Coming back from injury is hard. It takes a while to kind of get your sea legs. But I feel like she's back and doing well.
For Julie, you actually tied a career high in made baskets inside the paint. I don't know if you knew that at all, but you primarily live on the perimeter. The spacing that this offense though affords you, have you noticed more driving lanes as a result of that?
He's saying because of the spacing, do you see that it allows for you to drive more?
I think it depends on the game. It depends on, like, every game's they are different, like it's different, and I think that sometimes you can go, sometimes it's harder. I just think that my job as a PG is always to read the defense, and that's what I'm trying to do as much as I can, and sometimes it's easier to go until the end, sometimes it's easier to get the trees, so it depends, but I think like the coach said today, I was a little bit more aggressive, and I know that when I'm aggressive, I'm helping the team too. So I know I need to keep improving and trust myself that I can go until the end, because most of the time I want to pass the ball, and I think that sometimes I can also finish it.
Let's go to Andrew Jones on Zoom.
Thanks a lot as always, Josh. For the first for you, Coach, how did you feel you got your team handled Marina Brady tonight in terms of how you know the quality of the player she is? How did you feel your team defended Marina Brady on that end? And for you, Julie, just want to ask if you had a chance to talk to Rashid after the game, and you and Van Loo gave Rashid something in terms of the fun message after you got the victory over him. So first for you, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, Mabry's she's a bucket, right? And so we knew she was playing, and so you kind of have to adjust some of your pick and roll coverages when she's in there. But I thought we did a good job on her and made, her shot. She hit a couple tough threes, but I thought our pick and roll coverages were good with her. She's been out, I don't know how many, 5-6 weeks, and that's tough to come back. It's going to take. Just like I was talking about with Ray, right? Like it takes a minute before you're kind of in the flow. So maybe we benefited from that a little bit, but we certainly knew and know how dangerous she is, and I thought we did a good job not letting her get going.
What was the question again?
Did you see the mention?
With Rashid. Actually, I saw him before the game, the day before, so we could talk about everything. I was happy to see him. I think he's also doing a good job. It's not easy for him. I hope that the second part of the season is going to be better for him, because I think they only have like 3 wins for the moment. It's never easy, but I think he's having fun too, so I wish him the best. But it was nice to see him, because like we won European Championship together, and I will never forget that, because it was the first one with him and for Belgium.
And just real quick, when you see Kelsey play like that, what does it feel like, being alongside her, being so aggressive and playmaking like she is as well too?
I mean, it's amazing. When she's playing like that, I feel like it's easy to play, like we don't have to force anything. She was hot, so when it's like that, you just want to give her the ball and do the job because it looks so easy. But no, of course it's easier, but it's a team win today. Of course she was like playing well, but I think it's a team win, and when we play as a team, that's always when it's easier to get the win.
Rafiq?
Yeah, just a question for Azurá. When you see Jerica Henry and Kelsey Clemens stay locked in the way they did, like how confident you feel about the team getting more victories after this streak?
Yeah. I mean, I think D and KP have been so steady for us. That's been a huge plus for us. And when we're all locked in intensely, especially on the defensive end, we're winning games, and I think that's what we're seeing. So like I said, I think I've seen our growth in just withstanding teams' runs. I feel like in the beginning of the season, when teams would punch us, we would kind of crumble and fall apart, but we found a way to really, if a team scores, we come back and do something back with them, and then we come down and get a stop. We found a way to mature in that way, so that's been really cool to be a part of and to see.
And question for Coach, is this performance a prime example of the type of team that Sparks can be for the rest of the season?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think we played perfect. We did not play mistake-free. But like we had 10 turnovers at half. That's too many. But we didn't have any in the third quarter. So to Z's point, like we're maturing. We're getting better. I'm very much process driven and present tense. So tomorrow we're going to enjoy this and 4 in a row and all the things. But tomorrow we wake up and it's all about New York, and I couldn't tell you who we play after New York. So it's one at a time, and every day just try to get a little bit better and challenge these guys a little bit more. But they've bought in, and I don't want to get too. I guess my point is I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. I just want to be all about the next game.
We'll finish in the room.
You bet.
Oh, sorry.
Allemand, Connecticut, first connected me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Actually, I met you last year when you were here to play South Carolina.
Oh, okay. Good to see you again.
So, can you tell me, just talk about the kind of season that Azurá has put together for you? And second part of the question, is she different coaching her than when maybe you watched her play, whether, you know, it's been in the W for the last
Sure.
several years or at Duke?
Yeah, you know, she's been incredibly consistent, and as a coach, I think both these guys are. When you have players that you know exactly what they're going to be every day, practice after a win or loss, Z's the same. And she comes in and she does her work and she works hard. She's a good teammate. After a win, she does the same thing. Like just these two are buddies, and so they're giving each other crap. But she's just steady and reliable. And as a coach, that's just a blessing to have. I think she has been given some freedom with how we play, and I think you're seeing, you know, more of what she's capable of, right? Like I think she's you know, she plays the 4 for us, but she could play the 3, right? She's a guard with length and skill, but her, you know, I think she's second in the league right now in rebounds, and her efficiency numbers are amazing. So she's just been unbelievable, and I know I continue to beat the drum, but she deserves more national flowers.
I think her versatility has always been
Sure.
strength, the way inside, outside,
Yeah, pass.
3 points, inside.
Yeah.
How do you try to bring that out in her to make it a strength for your team?
Well, I think that's the system we're running, right? So it's basically 4 out, 1 in, sometimes 5 out. There's principles to it, but there's a lot of freedom. And so players like Z and actually all of our guys, and Derek is the same way. Neither of them are, you know, back to the basket post move bangers, right? It's athleticism, versatility, and that's the kind of players we want. So I know coming into this season, when I took the job, there was so much that went on with, you know, free agency and the expansion draft and all that, and I was very, very adamant that I wanted to make sure Azurá was a spark.
Thank you.
You bet.